it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. The second scripture is from Hebrews. This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faithful living is a series of choices, decisions, commitments, and changes that move us toward God. As we make those choices, we, like Abraham in days of old, set out not knowing exactly where we will end up. Faithful living can be edgy, unpredictable, adventuresome, and even scary. What if you were personally given the opportunity to help make the world a better place? Some step in faith that you could take. Would you volunteer for that task? I've always been intrigued by the idea of one person being able to make a major impact in the world. We know this happens because we've read about the inventors like Thomas Edison or Henry Ford. We've read about explorers like Christopher Columbus. Or if you bring it into the modern era, we have people like Steve Jobs, who brought us the iMac, the iPhone, the iTouch, the iEverything. In the faith world, we could think about Mother Teresa and all the people that she has impacted. But right here in Norfork, Arkansas, there was one person from this church who stepped out in faith to make a difference. In Proverbs 3:27 we read, "Never walk away from someone who deserves help. Your hand is God's hand for that person." Alice Ayers believed that, and she lived it. Alice and her husband Hubert were members of this church in 1982 when a massive flood hit this area. She saw people needing help, needing food. They came to her and asked for food, and she and her husband gave all they had. People returned for more, so Alice and Hubert opened a soup kitchen in their home and fed those that they could. After the flood, there were still hungry people, so Alice started looking for ways to get food to help those people. Alice was wise enough not to try to do all this alone. She enlisted the help of fellow church members and townspeople. But she was the leader, and she followed Christ's teachings faithfully as she started this journey of helping others. Here's an article that was published in the United Methodist newspaper in June of 1986, and the headline reads, "Alice Ayers backs up words with actions." Alice Ayers is one of those rare individuals who backs up her words with appropriate action. Recently, the Norfork Community Care Program celebrated its first birthday. Since its inception, the Norfork Center and the other communities participating had distributed almost 75 tons of food. Mrs. Ayers and her board of directors have a right to be happy. They not only had come through the initial season by reaching 1,619 families, but they also established 9 food and clothing centers. This program has gained notoriety with Arkansas governmental awards, the projection of television documentaries, and visiting teams from other states taking note. Nearby communities are taking a close look. The food is obtained from the Ozark Food Harvest in Springfield, Missouri, which is an ecumenical ministry. This warehouse has done wonders to feed the hungry and undernourished. Soon, the Norfork program hopes to have the same status now enjoyed by Springfield. For a while, the volunteers took their own vehicles to Springfield to obtain the food for 10 cents a pound. Local markets also contributed. Another important part of this program is rice, shared by the Arkansas Rice Depot located in Little Rock. And the third phase of this program is the thrift store, where families can purchase clothing at a reduced rate. After the food is obtained, the Community Cares program is, quote, "a clearinghouse that channels surplus usable food products from producers, processors, and distributors to charitable agencies